All right, welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Perfect. So you know the drill, right? You bring us the intriguing source material, and we'll dissect it, analyze it, extract those golden nuggets of insight. What do we got on the table today?
Well, let's talk about first lines.
Ooh, first lines. Okay, yeah. Huge.
The make it or break it moment.
Absolutely. That very first sentence, that initial impression, it can make or break a book. It's got to grab you or hook you in. And I think we've got a pretty juicy one to dissect today.
Lay it on me.
The opening line of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens.
Ooh, classic Dickens. Always a good choice.
All right, so here's that famous first line. Get ready for this. Whether I shall turn out to be the hero of my own life, or whether that station will be held by anybody else, these pages must show. What do you think?
I mean, it's Dickens, so it's good.
All right.
But it's not as flashy as some other famous first lines.
It's not like Call Me Ishmael, is it?
Right. Or like, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Okay, so it's not a quote for the ages.
Not necessarily a quote for the ages, but it's still interesting. There's a kind of quiet power to it. I don't know. It's subtle.
Okay, I like that. It's a subtle power. I think you're right. It's almost like Dickens is kind of like winking at the reader.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Like acknowledging the kind of artifice of storytelling. We know it's a story, but he's inviting us in anyway.
And at the same time, he is pulling us into David's world.
Yeah, I get that. It's that these pages must show bit, isn't it?
Yes, it establishes a connection between the narrator and the reader right from the start.
Okay, but does it set the tone for the whole novel? Is it more than just a clever hook? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. It sets the tone. The whole book is about David's journey, figuring out who he is, facing challenges, and that first line with its uncertainty, that questioning, it mirrors all of that.
You're right. I mean, the whole book is about this big question of identity and whether David can control his own destiny.
Right, and the opening line basically asks, will David be the hero of his own story?
And we have to keep reading to find out. It's like he's making a promise to the reader, right? Come on this journey with me and we'll find out together.
Precisely. It's an invitation to discover alongside David.
So we've got a first line that's maybe not going to end up on a motivational poster, but it's definitely doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
It is working hard.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Memorability.
Yeah.
Would someone remember this line if they hadn't read David Copperfield?
That's a tough one.
Right.
It's thought-provoking, definitely. But does it have that instant wow factor?
The kind of line you quote at a party.
Exactly. Maybe not.
Right.
Like its strength lies in its subtlety.
Kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah. The more you think about it, the more it reveals.
So it's like a slow burn. It grows on you as you get deeper into the story.
It definitely grows on you.
Okay. So it's not a zinger.
Right.
But it's effective in its own way.
It is.
Here's another question. Does it still resonate with modern readers?
Good question. Because in Dickens' time, directly addressing the reader was a big deal. It was innovative.
Yeah, that was kind of groundbreaking back then. But today, it's everywhere.
Right. It might feel less impactful now, especially for readers who are used to, fast-paced narratives and quick dialogue.
Yeah, we're all about instant gratification these days. So does this opening line feel a little dated?
Maybe the style feels a bit old-fashioned.
Sure.
But that underlying question, who gets to be the hero of their own life, that's timeless.
You're so right. We're all still trying to figure that out, right?
Yeah.
So, final verdict. It's a great opening line.
It is.
Maybe not a quote for the ages,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a powerful setup for the journey David Copperfield takes us on.
Exactly. It's a line that rewards careful reading, and ultimately it sets the stage for a novel that's all about finding yourself in the messy, complicated narrative of life.
And that's something we can all relate to, right? Finding our own way in the chaos. Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive for today. But keep thinking about those opening lines, folks. What are your favorite first lines from literature? How do they set the stage for the rest of the story?
And keep those fascinating sources coming. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
See you next time.